Hey, what's going on, guys? Matthew Nickerson, Sanji Global Consulting. I talk about 3 M's on this channel. I talk about money, motivation, and millennials. A couple people have been hitting me up recently, so I decided to do this video on volatility and cryptocurrency. It is currently the 26th of January, 2021, and what a hell of a start of the year it's already been. Wanted to talk about beginners that are getting into this space, some of the lessons that I learned, what I really got hurt with when I first started doing this, and I wanted to express kind of my viewpoint on patience. So if you think about great stock traders, you think of people like Warren Buffett, you think about the Ray Dalios and the hedge fund managers that you see. But what you don't realize is that Warren Buffett, for example, is a long-term trader. So he buys a hand select full of companies that he believes in. And what he'll do is he'll do the research on them through the quarterly reporting and the annual reports. And then he will make decisions based off of that, where he will allocate the funds from Berkshire Hathaway to make those stock purchases. And what I really admire about him is his tenacity to not only buy things that he believes in, but also holding it for such a long time that he can realize the gains that he has made. So I started doing this with crypto because in the beginning, I really effed up. I made some bad mistakes and I wanted to learn from that. And this is what I learned over time. So I'm going to show you a few things. So let's get into it right here. I am going to show you right here. This is Coindesk.com, the all-time high. The people that made the most gains off Bitcoin are the people that bought from the 2010, 2011, all the way up till about 2017. So anybody that bought before 1,000 and held, those are the people that made the most gains. But this is what's interesting. A lot of people hear the buzzwords. They want to get in on cryptocurrency. So there were people that bought in Bitcoin in the bull run of 2017 when it peaked up at the 19,000 to 20,000 all-time high. The issue is that all of this hype and FOMO buying, where the retail investors then sold it off, you had a lot of people that bought up here and then sold off right here. This is a big mistake. The mistake they made was, even though they had bought right here at the top, they could have just waited on for a couple more years and made their money back. They would have actually not been at a loss. But this is something that beginner cryptocurrency traders will make because they will buy things at the top and then sell the moment it goes down. You have to take the emotions out of this. So if you're buying Ethereum, if you're buying Bitcoin, if you're buying Litecoin, you have to realize this is way different than stocks. This is not stocks that go up, $20, $40 or go down $20, $30. These are massive swings of hundreds to even thousands of dollars. If you're looking at coins like Yearn, you're looking at Bitcoin. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we saw a almost $10,000 drop from 40 to 30. So these things are natural in a environment where volatility is very high. That's the exciting part about this, but it's also the scary part because you don't know when you're buying in at the very top and where the bottom is at. But what I've learned over time, and especially with this, is that it goes through its cycles. So if you can get into the habit of learning how to buy during dips or buy during low points of a coin. So for instance, the people that got into Chainlink very early when it was $2, they're making all the gains when it was 25, not the people that are buying it at 23. Now the people buying it at 23 could hold on for a long term and let the price appreciate and make some decent gains. But the real people that are making the gains are the ones that realize the utility and the advantages of the tokens early on, and they are holding it long term. These are not the people that emotionally sell when it goes down 10, 20, 30%. People who buy bulk units, I'll give you an example. Litecoin we could go over to the Litecoin chart right here. Show you a perfect example. I could show you it with Ethereum as well, but let's go over to Litecoin. So last year, there was that dip in March when the coronavirus was first announced in 2020, and you could have bought Litecoin for 33. Now, you could have waited a little bit and sold it at 50 and made some decent profit right here. You would have sold it at 58 right there on that day. So you could buy and you could sell right there. Or you could buy, hold, and wait till these types of moments to sell, or you could keep holding. I've been a big proponent of buying Ethereum, buying Litecoin, buying some Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and really just holding on for the long run. When you start to understand that volatility is natural and we're going through these ups and down stages because some of these coins are growing, you'll start to realize that the people that are patient in this game really win. You can win off day trading as well. I mean, there's people that buy in Bitcoin when it's 32 and it goes up to 34 and they sell and they make $2,000. But what I've noticed, and the people that I've been talking to, a lot of the people in the community, is that the realest and biggest gains come from those that are patient. The XRP holders that believed in it way before the FOMO stage. The Ethereum people that bought in before it was $500. Those are the people that are making the most gains in this time. And there's a lot of people in Bitcoin that are still holding on through all of the ups and downs. They didn't sell off. So you're talking about community members. And this is actually what I'm doing with Bitcoin as well. I'm holding it for the long run because of the store of value. I've bought into Ethereum and I'm holding it for the next 5 to 10 years rather than just waiting for it to go up $1,000 and then selling it off. This is a whole different game and a whole different field of understanding because a lot of it is still unknown. The blockchain is developing. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on with smart contracts, things like Ethereum 2.0. There's Stellar Lumens, which is consolidating different loans and payments. There's a lot of banking the unbanked, all of the things that I talk about that make this field so great, but we are still in the earliest stages. This has only been out for 10 to 11 years. So can you imagine in the next 10, 20, 30 years, for those that held on to it for that long, those are going to be the winners. Not the day traders that are buying and selling. They'll make some money, but overall, the real gains are going to come with patience. I hope this helped, and I hope you took something from this. Don't always sell your coins because the market goes down a little bit, because we've seen that it goes up as well. I thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And again, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a money manager. I am only a person who is doing this for entertainment purposes only. But that's my truthful and honest advice to all of y'all out there that are really trying to get into this space and not buying because of the hype, but really doing your research. Figure out what the ERC20 is. Figure out the different Ethereum modules that are coming out from Compound, the lending. There is so much fantastic stuff that's coming out in this space, and I just wish everybody does their research on it. There is a god amount of knowledge that's out there on YouTube, almost too much knowledge there on YouTube. But if you really start to understand it and you do your due diligence and your research, you'll be able to come up with some good altcoin picks. You'll be able to look into the 1 and 2, which to me is the Bitcoin Ethereum range, and looking at what price points to buy in at this point, 2021. And these are good things to have in your portfolio at all times. So the people that I've talked to that have gotten really into stocks but don't really know about crypto, this is the perfect time to get into that. I'm a proponent of diversifying assets, whether it's gold, silver, stocks, bonds, crypto, and many other outlets, whether you want to get into real estate. But the main thing that I talk to people about is there is extreme volatility in this space, and you have to be very, very mindful when you get into it. So when you jump in, make sure that you have some patience and don't get too emotional when everything goes wrong, because it'll come up again. Take care. Bye.